Wockhardt has collapsed on very strong volumes, about 1 million shares plus. Why? The flash is there on your screen. USFDA has issued an import alert for one of their plants. Darshan, walk us through the importance of today's communication from USFDA. First it was 483, now it's an import alert. What does that mean?
See, usually 483s are very common in the pharma industry. It's like when someone from the USFDA comes to your facility for inspection, they give you a 483, which does not mean, you know, that your plant will be closed down. So if they are satisfied with the 483, they just report it's a satisfactory facility scanning at for the 483. But in case there is some kind of issue, what they do is they give you a warning letter. So from a 483, the next step is a warning letter. Now in the warning letter, the USFDA goes ahead and gives you all the instructions what you have to do in order to rectify those errors. And if that actually does not come in, because you know certain issues were there at the Wwatch plant in terms of, you know, how the production facility was, how the toilets were, so all that had to be actually be changed by Wockhardt, but they did not do it, and that's why they got an input for the Wwatch facility also. So now what has happened is from a warning letter they have gotten an import alert, which means that they cannot go ahead and sell anything to the US from this facility, which is a big negative for Wockhardt, because you know they were just coming out of a lot of problems that they were facing. So clearly one more plant. So as far as the financials are concerned, the top line, almost $230 million of revenues in last year came in from this plant itself. From the 53 ANDAs that they have they have actually filed, 43 of them have come in combined from the Wwatch as well as Chikalthana plant, which means, you know, this is a big issue. So out of 53, 43 for them are blocked unless they go ahead and reapply from some other plant or they transfer to the facility. Even they have issues as far as the UK MHRA is concerned for this plant. So clearly this is a big negative. It is the second plant of Wockhardt in a span of almost 3 to 4 months which has gotten an import alert, which means they cannot sell anything from this facility to the US at this point of time.
Surjit Pal as well joins in to talk more about how this news is going to impact Wockhardt. Surjit, and quite a big disappointment coming in for Wockhardt, and it seems like a series of blows coming in for the company.
Yeah, see, what I believe is that these are all after stock scenario post what has happened in Wwatch and those angry letters given by USFDA on their import alert and warning letter. So our expectation was that if they find any kind of fault in Chikalthana and other facilities, they will also identify and take it as a high regard in terms of very high importance. So Chikalthana is very important on the other hand for Wockhardt, even more than Wwatch. And they got roughly around $283 million of revenue. So the impact, if from tomorrow they could not supply any products, the impact will be higher. But assuming that they have quite a lot of inventory already, the key products over there, including Toprol. So in that case, the impact could be coming more after 3 to 6 months in terms of revenue and margin.
Surjit, but just back of the envelope calculations, how big a financial dent could it be for Wockhardt?
Quite a bit. So initially, they will be losing whatever the lost revenue in terms of generic business will be there. That is short term. But if you see medium to long term, that impact is much higher, because even if I assume, say, next 1 to 2 years, they will be able to regain the approval, it does not mean that they will regain the revenue, because they will start again from zero. And by that time, the market size of those products may not be viable to re-enter, or there is not much of space for new guys to again re-establish themselves. So what it means for any generic company, unless until any product facing drug shortage, so for any company who is facing problem in any of the drug and getting out of that market because of regulatory issues, it means that they are out of that business. So they have to start from zero. So that is a very grave scenario for any generic company if they are punished and get out of the market.
So 10% down for Wockhardt on 2.2 million shares, which means there is definitely some institutional selling which is at play. HDFC EMC has a decent holding in Wockhardt, followed by SBI mutual funds. But as of now, I'm guessing that institutional investors are panicking because the rate of change for Wockhardt really is negative, and the latest round of import alert is the final nail in the coffin for Wockhardt, because they have not really acted enough to sort out the manufacturing problems, and USFDA is just not happy with the way how the manufacturing practices are conducted there. So Sujit, those who are planning to buy Wockhardt, should they avoid buying into Wockhardt, because it appears to me that for the moment Wockhardt could be dead money?
Yeah, I mean, it's not now. I mean, when if you go by the later in detail on the Wwatch plant warning letter and import alert, it definitely shows that they are really angry with the company, and they believe that there could be a similar kind of practices followed in other plant. One. Second thing is that if institutional investor did not leave the counter post Wwatch publications of those mail, it means that they are not out of that because they could not get suitable buyer in terms of taking so much of stock. So what I can see on record is that SBI size of around 12 lakh shares has come down quite drastically to the 8 to 10 lakh shares. But I think if I take all together of institutional investors, their average buying price was around 1,500 to 2,000. So almost all of them, I think, lost money over there in terms of this. So it is not now or for today's event. I think these guys are looking for buyer, which they're unable to do. Right. So they're definitely dumping the stock for quite some time. So today is any special edition because of Chikalthana import alert.
Sujit, good chatting with you. Appreciate you taking the time out and analyzing the impact on Wockhardt.